Hey folks, standing here on a street corner in Washington, D.C. Figured I just wanted to make a comment for all my friends on social media, YouTube, Facebook, and whatnot. The whole world's reacting to the horrendous terrorist attack that just happened in Manchester. 22 people killed. It was horrendous. And we've also learned who the perpetrator was, Salman Abedini. This is somebody whose parents were from Libya. Now let's go over some recent history, shall we? Until 2011, Libya had the highest life expectancy on the African continent. Guaranteed healthcare, guaranteed education, probably the most prosperous country in Africa. And then the United States and NATO backed and funded terrorists and extremists to topple the Libyan government. The government led by Muammar Gaddafi, the Islamic Socialist government, was overthrown. Now we know that the perpetrator of this terrorist attack, the individual who blew himself up and killed all these innocent people, that he himself, that his parents were anti-Gaddafi Libyans. They had gotten asylum. They were Libyans who opposed Gaddafi and moved to the UK in 1993. Now let's go over some other recent terrorist attacks, shall we? Let's look at what happened at Pulse Nightclub, right? We have Omar Mateen. This was someone whose father was from Afghanistan. In 1978, Afghanistan had a revolution. They had a government led by the People's Democratic Party, a Marxist government, and the United States funded religious extremists to attack and eventually successfully overthrow the People's Democratic Republic of Afghanistan and the People's Democratic Party. The Pulse nightclub shooter, his father was an Afghan supported by the United States who fought against that government. So this is another US-backed fighter against an independent government. Ahmed Rahami, the New Jersey bomber. This is another case. This is someone whose father also fought in Afghanistan, backed by the United States against the independent government. Oh, and let's not leave out the Boston bombing, right? We have the Tsarnaev brothers, right? These are people whose parents were in Chechnya, another country where the United States has supported religious extremists in fighting against the Soviet Union and against Russia. Are we starting to see a pattern here? That it seems like the people carrying out these terrorist attacks are the children, the first-generation children of people the United States has supported around the world to attack independent and nationalist governments. All over the world, we have this policy here in the United States, the CIA and others, fund and arm extremists to target independent governments like Gaddafi's Libya, like the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan, like the Soviet Union. And as a result, what happens? These people, the second generation, they come here, they get their visas, their kids come here and kill people. People want to make this about immigration. They want to say the issue is immigrants. We shouldn't be letting these people in. These aren't just immigrants. These are people that are aligned with movements. These are people aligned with violent movements backed by the United States to bring down independent and nationalist governments, right? I mean, let's just face the facts here. I think this needs to be said, right? We're seeing a pattern here that the children of people who worked with the United States to attack independent and nationalist governments end up carrying out terrorist attacks.